Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Is that better? I didn't say anything really important, but I'll repeat it. Okay, is that better? Thumbs up. Somebody tell me. Can you hear me now? No sound. Still no sound? Yes. Okay, Becky. I think that was the delayed. Okay. Marcia, can you hear me? Better. Okay, good. So let me stand up one more time. This is my peach fuzz. Finally finished it. We heard a squeak. I had to turn on the microphone. I had it on, but I didn't have it on. So this is the peach fuzz. So I finished it. Lots of different grays in here. In the back too. Did some different stripes here than in the back because I just wanted to, and I think I was going to run out of the gray, the dark gray. So let me come down. Okay. I was going to talk about this a little bit because this had, much like the Weekender, it has short rows. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys a little closer. Okay. Lila caught alive. Hi, Lila. Nancy says there's no sound, but others are saying there's sound. I don't know. I'll give it a second, and then I'll just take it off. It has short rows in the front and in the back, and I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like the short rows in the front. I do like them in the back, so I might test that out on maybe my Weekender crew because it also has short rows in the front and back. Because I think I'd rather this be a little bit lower, and then the back higher, and then maybe the back would go down. And Renee's watching, and Denise is watching. Hello, hello, and Sharon. Okay, so this is Peach Fuzz. Finished it. It felt really good. This has been on my needles because I put it on hibernation when I got warm. So it was just getting heavy on me. And so, and I really like the sleeves. Part of me thinks, my sister, when I sent her a picture, she said it looks sporty. I think it's because it looks like a rugby shirt, right? But it also made me think of the Life character on the Life box. Where's is it Mikey? The little man with the hat, the striped hat. Anyway, I was a big Life eater when I was little. Anyway, so Peach Fuzz. It was super fun. You can use like leftover yarns and just make it your own. So I would recommend it. And it's worsted weight. I think it was a 7 needle, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, okay. On to my projects. Well, I do want to mention I had a great weekend. And yes, Peach Fuzz is worsted. Somebody's asking. Yes. My husband had gone out of town and my son was out of town. And it was me and my 3 little dogs. And it was just super nice. And it's funny because I got a lot of stuff done. Yes, I got knitting done, but I did a lot of other stuff, which was surprising. So anyway, I hope everybody had a good weekend as well. And the weather is just beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, so my projects. I talked about my Peach Fuzz. Well, I'm just going to grab the bags and we'll just talk about it because I think I have my notes here. This is my sister's Look Squirrel. And I'm assuming the sound is good because nobody else has said anything. So I'm going to keep going. So let me tell you where I've gotten in this. You see the lace work up top. Her shoulders are broader, so I'm making her a bigger size than I did, which was surprising because I thought, oh, I am just going to get to all my increases on the Look Squirrel, and then I can separate the sleeves. So that was my plan. Hello, Renee. Thank you for watching. But then when I got to the last repeat, it says now knit because she's a bigger size, or I'm making her a bigger size. Knit another couple inches, and I'm like, I put the brakes on. So I still have to do like, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then I'm going to separate the sleeves. And I think I'm going to go a little bit longer because I want to make sure the sleeves are not snug on her. So that's where I have to go with this. Lila says the weather is gorgeous, 30s in the morning. Okay, that sounds nice. We do not have that. So this sweater, it's a sweater for colder weather, which is awesome. It is not cold here, so I'm a little warm, but the sweater is very fun to wear. And the neckline is really nice too. Like sometimes, you feel like you're always doing this. It's a nice neckline. Anyway, so this Look Squirrel for my sister, DK, using, I was going to show you that too. Sweet Georgia. And I really like Sweet Georgia. It has very nice stitch definition, as Cadence was saying. Cadence is working with it as well, different color. And they're tonal. So like this one, maybe not as much, but some of the other ones are more tonal. So it's kind of makes it interesting. Both Renees I said hello to. So hello Renee and hello Renee. Renee with two E's and Renee with one E. So they're like going back and forth. Anyway, so nice. It's Cadence was saying it's a very round yarn, so it makes it very nice to knit with and nice stitch definition. We had somebody in the shop today from Montana, and I said, "Oh, what was the weather like there when you guys left?" And they came in shorts because it is that warm here. And they said it was 20 degrees and snowing. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that seems early," because we used to live in Chicago, and it was kind of like, if you can make it a Halloween, that was great. And then anything goes after that. She goes, "Oh, actually, it's kind of late for us." So, like, oh Lord, nope, nope. I do like the changes of seasons, but I don't know if I want to live in the snow again. Hello, Rosemary from Tennessee. So this is my Pothos pullover, which I was very sad. And we talked about this. So it's kind of been on timeout, sort of, because I realized I might have to do some changes in my color work going forward. I'm not going to. Did pause for a moment and think, do I want to rip this out? And then it took just a second. And I said, absolutely not. There's too many things I want to knit. So I'm going to take this as a learning lesson and use it on my next colorwork sweater. So I'm thinking I need to go down a needle size and colorwork. But look how fun this yarn is down here. Oh gosh, talk stuff on something. It's just so fun. Like I really enjoy knitting with. This is Ryan yarn, and this is Pothos pullover. Super fun pattern. It is fingering. So yeah, so that's where we are with this one. Maybe I'll knit on this a little bit more because I do see here I could still wear a short sleeve fingering sweater. I almost said t-shirt in the winter here. So I probably will. I won't put that on hiatus. It's different because there's a lot going on. I hope you guys can hear me. Mail's coming. FedEx is coming in. Okay, so that is that. This one I'm going to wait to the end because I'm getting itchy, right? I got another thing off the needles, so you know what happens. Okay, so this is the Wallaby. So cute. I'm using Earth self-striping yarn. So with the Wallaby, she has you knit the sleeve separately, and it's twofold, I think, especially with striping, which is great to get so the stripes can be the same on both sleeves. Let me get the other one out. And then I can also check my gauge in the round. So did that. I think I told you guys last week. Lila asked, "Are you holding two strands fingering together?" I am not. I'm thinking you're talking about the Pothos pullover, Lila. No. It was color work, so there was two colors going on at the same time, but I'm not holding them two together. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, sorry, I got distracted there. So I checked the gauge, and because I didn't have as many stitches as I needed to, I was afraid it was going to be smaller than I wanted. So I'm making the next size. I'm making the 4, hoping it's going to be more like a 3 for him because I didn't want to change my needle size. Anyway, so this is one sleeve. This is the second sleeve. And I also wanted to, Connie's asking if the Peach Fuzz a worsted weight yarn. Yes, the Peach Fuzz is worsted weight. I wanted to say I normally don't like knitting with double point needles, but this required some double point needles, and I think it was like a 7 or an 8. So I did double point needles, and I felt like a big girl. And then I switched when we get here to my 2 needles, because I would have stayed with the double point needles, but I didn't have any at home. So I've got 2 needles working in the round. Does that make sense? So when I'm on, like right now, I would start knitting with my silver needle, and I would knit with the other end of that silver needle. And when I got to the end of that, I switch, because now the yarn will be on my black needle. And I like to have different kinds so you don't get mixed up. So I'm doing some increases on this pattern. She gives you an option. You can do your increases like after the ribbing. You can just increase it, which I don't know, for a baby that might have been nice because it would have been maybe make the ribbing tighter. But I went for the more gradual increase, as you can see. And I think I have one more increase, and then I'll just knit to the rest of this. And then I start the body. So yes, let me show you the rest of this yarn. Well, this is the one attached. So this is the other colors we're going to go to. So I'm excited about that. And I think I'm just going to continue with this one. I believe it's bottom up. And then so we get more stripes. Instead of starting a new ball, it would be similar stripes. I might not get to the fun stuff. Does that make sense? So I'm going to continue the body here and then move on to the other balls. There we go. So that is the Wallaby. Again, if you go to our website and go to Earth Self-Striping Worsted, you'll see the link to the pattern there too. Okay. All right, that's going to be Christmas. I'm hoping I get that done. This was one I took out. I'm going to forget to talk about that, I think. I did take out, this is the drawing sweater. Let's see, I got all kinds of things sticking out here. DK, drawing sweater. Then I got to when I put it in hibernation, in my mind, I thought I'd finished the body, which clearly I have not. But I think I only have a couple more inches. This is going so fast. I'm not sure why. It just seems like it's just flying when I pick it up. I think it's 6 inches that I'm going to do there, and then I go to the ribbing. So I probably will try it on before I go to the ribbing to make sure that it's long enough. So I'm just going to show you that. So pretty. This was using traveling yarn, which they're not making yarn anymore. This is their prickly pear, which is super popular, and I forget what the color of the blue is. So, and then I gotta get back to the sleeve and get back into the color chart. So I'm hoping I'm going to have to sit with the pattern a little bit probably to make sure, and then do carrying. It's not going to be too fun. Kana said there's quite a few rows to do, and then I go to the solid. But anyway, that's the drawing sweater. And again, you should find that pattern pretty much on any DK website link we have on our website. There's the link to the pattern should be there. This is my sister. I always forget what this is called. Oh, little silver shrug. And I don't know why I forget that, because it's almost a silver that I'm knitting with. But this is a fun, simple pattern. I mean, it does have a little lace here. You can see that's going to be the sleeve, or I guess you call it a sleeve. And then it goes on either end. You got the lace that continues. It's just going to be a rectangle, and then I'm going to fold it over and then attach underneath. It's kind of a shrug. Sorry, there was a fuzzy. This is Fino, so it's got some silk in it. It's very soft, fun to work with. Big needle too, so that helps. And the pattern repeat is like 8 rows. So I figured out it takes me about 20 minutes. So I'm trying to do a repeat. You can see my markers there. Every night I've tried to sit down and do it. And what was I going to say? It's flexible because you can make it as long as you want. It says 18 repeats. I might do a little bit more just to make it a little longer. I don't know, because then that would mean more seaming because you want it to stay on. So I'll play with that a little bit. But this is called Little Silver Shrug. So Fino, it's a fingering. Fino is a little bit, I would say, on the thinner side of a fingering, but any fingering would work. All right. Let's see what else I got. Don't let me forget that thing over here. The slow connection. I hope you guys can still hear me. All right. Oh, this one is Westbourne, and Cadence has finished hers, and it looks great on her. And this is mine. So this is, it's funny because my mom was like, oh, I like that purple and white stripe, but it's kind of a pink. I hope you guys can see that. A blush, maybe was what I call it. And it's just funny how the different monitors show up differently. But this is Copper Corgi up here. And this is Surrey Silk 29 Bridges. And according to the pattern, and I have tried it on, so I don't want to get too long for me because of the widest part of my body is my hips, and I don't want it to stop there. I like to stop above it, you know, and we're going to have a little shaping. And so I have, I think, one more section. Did I do it? No, over here. So I've got my markers there for my increases. I'm probably getting ready to do another increase. And I have counted my stitches, and I probably, at that last row of increase, I think I'm going to do 2 because I think I'm short according to my counting. I'm not, you know, who wants to count these multiple times, right? So according to my counting, I'm somehow off some stitches. So I don't want my there's the bottom where there's the shaping is some short rows. So I want my short rows to be centered, not cockeyed. So I will probably count my stitches one more time once I do that last increase. So I'm almost there. And then the sleeves on this are no stripes and 3/4 lengths, kind of like this one, which is perfect. I love 3/4 length sleeves. So that's the Westbourne. All right. Let's see, got a couple more here. It's funny, I guess, when husbands watch this, we've gotten some feedback that Melissa woman has a lot of projects. Yes, I do. And you know, I do get bored. Aside from like wanting to, I just get bored on one. And I don't know. I can't imagine just working on one. And what was that? Oh, this one. So this one I had said this weekend that I'm going to finish it. And my goal was to wear it today, no matter what the temperature outside was. And it's like 80 out. And I found myself getting up and down more often, like because I was just getting kind of bored. But it went really fast. But like, yeah. And there's some decreases here, not a lot. Anyway, it's a fun sweater. All right, so this is my Weekender. Oh, this is exciting too. This is my Weekender crew, the one we're doing our class on. Turn it the other way. It starts at the bottom. It's going to have pockets, but this is the one I'm wondering if I might not do short rows on the front. Cast on, yeah. Cast off one. I mean, bind off one, cast on another. That is very much my mentality. Or maybe cast on two. Like, right? Who knows? So this is the Weekender crew. I'm sorry, I've got this. What is that? That's the needle. Let me show you the front. Maybe that's better because I have. Wait, that was the front. Yes. Okay. That's why my needle's there. This is the front. I have separated the front and the back, which is very exciting. So now I'm knitting and purling because we're going back and forth. I had to, when you're in the round, I only needed one marker, but I remember last time I made the Weekender, I would get confused when my marker was there, whether I was supposed to slip it or purl it, or yeah, I think that's where we are. So I put two of them. I put two markers there so I don't have to think as much. And I think that was all I was going to tell you about the short rows that I think I might leave out on the front. I've read that people in the ranunculus that have the wait, I'm sorry. Okay, Sue says, I'm afraid if I had too many whips that none would get. Well, that is a problem. That is a problem that none of them would get done in a timely fashion. So I find that once I get close to one, I tend to focus on it more then. Yes. So anyway, the ranunculus has short rows in the front and the back, and the more I'm looking at it, people had in the ranunculus not done the short rows in the front. So I think I'm going to do that and just see what happens, like as a test. I keep getting something in this eye, or fuzzy. I think it's from all the yarn. But anyway, so that's where I am. I have to do, I think, 5 inches from where I separated, and then I'll start doing some shaping, and no short rows in the front because this is the front. I have to keep reminding myself that. Yeah, so that's where I am with that. The Weekender crew. All right, and we are getting some more tweed in, Knitwise tweed, if anybody's interested. Thursday. Okay, I'm just going to pick it up Thursday. What do the short rows do? Okay, Peggy, that's a great question. So the short rows, I don't even know if you can see it here, but it's in a, you don't go all the way across, so you're actually building like a wedge so that this comes up higher, and in the back it comes up higher, which I like it in the back, but I'm feeling that maybe I don't need it in the front. So what would happen if I didn't have it in the front? This might lay a little lower, is what I'm thinking. So I have done short rows in the past, and the back, like at the bottom of like a sweater that's separated like this, that maybe I want it to go lower, cover the bottom more. So that's what a short row does. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. And I typically like to do German short rows if at all possible. All right, this is, I've just lost my, yeah, this is the Painted Plains. Look at how far I've gotten. I have, let's see, I have to finish this repeat, which I've just started. So this is the beginning, or maybe this is the beginning. And I just started this 5th one, and then I have to do a 6th one, and then I think I'll be done. Donna, you got on. I knew she wanted to be on. She said no, but I knew she did. She got red hair and it looks really good. But anyway, so this is Painted Plains. We have more of this on the way. This is the mermaid color. Like I said, this is going to be probably a Christmas gift, I'm thinking. And then we have it also on the more of a taupey brownie that's called On the Rocks. That should be coming in soon. So stay tuned. And now I'm not going to forget what's over here on my left, because as somebody said, I definitely have to cast on something new, or at least have the gauge swatch done. So let me show you. And I don't have a picture, but I'm going to grab it. Okay, so this, I've been dying to do this one for a long time. This is Isair pattern. I mean, it's by Isair. Am I saying that right, Cadence? Isair, right? As far as we know, I'm saying that right. As far as we know. This is the Helga cardigan. And it's very simple, but I've been looking for just a simple cardigan that I could grab and go. And then I struggled with, if I want to grab and go, maybe I make a neutral color similar to this, you know, so that I don't have to think about what I'm wearing. But then I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. So I decided, oh, this one doesn't have stoppers on it. I decided to do this color, which so is my color. Is that not so my color? And so, right, this is my, it tells you to do a gauge swatch of the cable that she's got here. But that's not how they tell you to measure your gauge swatch. So this is my plan. I'm supposed to do 6 repeats of a 4 row. 4 rows makes the repeat. I'm supposed to do 6 of them. But I have decided to perhaps, I did measure right here. I know that's kind of cheating. I'm supposed to have how many? 4 stitches, I think, in an inch. And I think I have 5. So no surprise to me, I'm going to have to go down a needle size. But I think what I'm going to do on this swatch is go ahead and just do stockinette for the rest of it and measure again and make sure. I want this to fit. I don't want it to be too big. And if my stitches are too big, the sweater is going to be too big, right? If I'm following the pattern of the size I think I need. So I'm thinking, can you see that? It's so cute. So anyway, so I am thinking I'm going to probably switch it when I get home tonight and switch to my 4 and just do a stockinette and then measure again and go a little further. And the yarns for this, I just love this. Is 2 yarns held together, and I'm always a little leery of that, and I'm curious of those knitters out there that are watching, or even crocheters. How do you feel about holding 2 things together? Hi Lois, how are you? Do you mind doing it? I love the look of it, and this is, like I said, this is held together, and it really, I love it. I don't know if you guys can see it, because every once in a while, maybe I saw it in the braid here, that every once in a while, let me show you the yarns, that might help. You know, one yarn, like this one, would pop out a little bit more than this one. So I'm using these 2 together, which clearly are not the same color, right? But held together, it makes the perfect color. Does that make sense? Like to me, this is too rusty, if that's the color, if that's how you want to describe it. And this is too purpley, but together, bingo. And let me tell you what they are. So it's Isair yarn. They're both lace. So essentially you have a fingering, maybe a sport. Let me see if I can get this right. One is alpaca, 100% alpaca, which is this, nope, not that guy, this guy. Okay. And we have, I should show you, we have a white, we have a lot of different colors of this. So that, and it's a number. This is 36. Then this is Trio, which is flax, cotton, and bamboo. That's what this is. And this color, of course, is Bordeaux, of course. So this is, and it, to me, like even just doing the gauge swatch gets me excited that it's coming, that pattern's coming. So this is close, right? Close to doing that. And then the next one that I want to cast on, hold on, let me get it. I'm sorry. Whoop. Okay, did that without knocking anything over. Is the Ballantine. All right, this is with Mystico worsted weight yarn. Cadence has worn it and looks super cute. It's got the color I'm using is this color. Which color is this? Does this have numbers or names? It's numbers. 2539. And the yarn is called Mystico. Let's see what the blend is. I can't remember. It's got cotton. Yeah, here we go. 48% cotton, 30% alpaca, and 12% wool, and a little bit of nylon, which I think is probably the little nets you see in there. So tonight I'm planning to do the gauge watch on this one too. So these two. Oh, my son, okay, my husband was out of town, so I didn't have to watch a lot of football. So I just binged, like just Prime, Netflix, you name it. And then my son came home Sunday night. He wanted to watch a little football. So I let him have it on while I was knitting. And I heard that tonight 36 hockey teams are playing today. 36, 32, because there's 16 teams tonight. All of them are playing. Yikes. So I will be doing some serious knitting. All right, so back to this last one. This is Mystico yarn. It is, they call it a worsted. It's very, well, you can see it on here. It's lofty and light, but yet, like for this weather, it would be great. But I think even in a warmer climate, like, or a cooler climate, sorry, this would be great too. It's called the Ballantine. Oh, Liz is working on the Ballantine. Excellent. So I think it'll be pretty fast. I've heard the yarn's nice to work with too. So that's next in line too. So that's what I got for you. Let me make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't think I have. Oh, I also think that cardigan that I'm making, this might be asking a lot of myself, but wouldn't that be great for the holidays? Yeah, just love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I hope everybody has a great week. Please check out our website, fuzzygoatyarns.com. Let us know if we can. Oh, she's working on her. Liz is working on the Ballantine right now as she's watching me. That's excellent. So let us know if we can help you send yarns and pictures. You know, if you have any questions about your patterns, that's what we're here for. And happy knitting, Marcia. You too. You guys have a great week.